Welcome back to Feel Better with Lauren. Today, we're just getting back into it. I've been doing yoga every single day for the past little while, and I feel better. And hopefully you feel better too. We're gonna start doing things that are a little bit harder coming up in the next few weeks, but I just want to get back into it, sort of get my body back into it. Maybe this is a good time for you to get back into it, just to get everything moving. I got a little extra energy today. There's a lot of snow out, you can see it's cold. And I just want to get moving and join this inside here. So a little bit more of a movement, a little bit more quicker. You can just sort of start off and get some of these movements out of your body if that's what you're feeling. You can move your arms around, you can go back and forth. This is kind of good because as you move, you sort of tune into your body, tune into your breath, and you can sort of feel what's resisting, just moving your arms around. You can you sort of feel where your body sort of braces a little bit, where it moves back and forth, where a little bit, you can feel always that this knee sort of resists a little bit. It means I've got to sort of strengthen that a little bit more, give it a little bit more focus. So just move and get all these little moves out of your body before we slow it all down, listening to our breath. You can hit your sides a little bit. What I'm always astounded by here is the sort of imbalance of our body that it goes towards, where we start favoring one side, so we strengthen this side and we can move more one way and less that way. And if we're looking to start getting into this yoga idea of balance and of unison, it's a great way to start. Just get some of these out. Okay, I think I've sort of got a good feel of myself here. Let's just sort of slow it down. Let's do that sort of Tadasana, that mountain pose. I like to ground my feet first. I like to really sink my heels into the ground, it's cold out, dude. Sink my heels in, sink the balls of my feet in, and I lift up my toes. I just sort of really feel the earth or the floor there. Once I can feel that sort of stability, I put my toes down really sort of with purpose and sort of dig the pads of my toes into the ground. And that puts me into a real rock solid state. Put my hands facing forward. I generally close my eyes, and it's silly, but because this is called mountain pose, I always think of myself on the top of a mountain, standing up straight, like sort of the king of everything that I see, nice and straight and tall, like my spine is being lifted up and opened up. And as I look out, I see this great, open, magnificent space as my hands forward. I'll take a big, deep breath in through my nose, and I want to fill up my diaphragm, and I want to fill up my chest, and I want to fill up my shoulders. And you can use your hands to help you out a little bit. So as you inhale through your nose, and then exhale through your mouth. And once again, and once more. I find already that sort of calms me, that sort of grounds me a little bit, puts me into this sort of prayer position up here with my thumbs just sort of touching my sternum, about the same height as my elbows. And again, I always say it, the great thing about this is that you can't help but feel a little bit balanced when you've got everything in line there. So just take a few more minutes. We're going to breathe in and out through our nose. That's that ujjayi breathing. And that's you're restraining the back of your throat. It's like you're fogging up a mirror, but with your mouth closed. And that's got that strain. So you're very focused, just in and out through your nose. 5 to 8 seconds in, 5 to 8 seconds out. And the last thing I say about the breath, if you're along with me still, is that As you breathe in, you create space in your body. You find yourself expanding, lengthening, and as you breathe out, you sort of relax into that space. And so sometimes you get, when you're breathing in, you get more of a twist. And you can, when you breathe out, you've made that space so you can fall into that twist. Okay, so in and out, Ujjayi breathing for the rest of the time. I'll just take a spot at the back of my mat here. Christmas is coming. Maybe you want a mat for Christmas. DM me if you want to know what it is. I don't make any money from it. It's just a great mat. Inhale. Your hands right above, reaching up to the sky. Your hips kicking out. And just stay here and relax and breathe. And one big inhale in, and exhale, slowly fall over where you touch your toes. Maybe you want to bend your knees a little bit. And once you let yourself a little hang, sort of ragdollish, you might be able to straighten your legs a little bit more. And let gravity help you out here. Let that open up your back. Now interlace your hands behind your back. Let your arms fall over and do a seal version of this. Then one more inhale in, and slowly let your hands fall. Put your feet out a little bit, not quite a 45, and let yourself fall into a squat here. I use my triceps to just gently push out my knees a little bit. I try to think about straightening my back and sort of think of this stability here. Again, inhaling in creates a little space. Maybe your squat becomes lower. Now hands down, just roll forward onto your toes, knees dropping down. Let's just stretch out the back of our feet and try to put your hips onto your heels on your toes. Maybe you feel a nice strong sensation. Maybe you need to help your toes a little bit. You can use your fingers just to spread them out a little bit. Just get to that space where you're feeling a good stretch in the back of your feet. And just breathe into that. Maybe a little discomfort. Maybe not. But maybe it's exactly what you need. Put your hands flat on the ground, the eyes of your elbows facing forward, and we're just going to rock back and forth. Maybe do a few circles as we inhale. We move all the way forward as far as we can so we feel it in our wrists, and then we make a circle on the exhale. Big, slow circles. No pain, but definitely feel your wrists oxygenating from this. And then reverse the circles. As you go forward, you feel that sort of sensation in your wrists. As you go back, push into your feet. Now your fingers facing the sides of your mat, about 2 inches between them. And let's make some more circles here. Again, this can feel different. The heels of your palms can raise up maybe. Each time you go back, get a nice little stretch on your feet and circles in the other direction. Okay, now your fingers face your knees. And again, we'll try to do little circles. Don't hurt yourself here. You got lots of leverage. Just make little circles the other way. Maybe your palms lift up again. Maybe they don't. Maybe you want to do a little movement in your elbows. Still following your breath. And the other way. Okay, now we'll just extend our wrists in the way that we haven't really done too much, which is, so you're going to start off with your hands in a fist in front of you. You're still stretching your feet. Hopefully you're still feeling that. And you can you want to put your hands out flat on the back of your wrists. Don't put a lot of weight there. And then make fists. So you're sort of up and down. And if you need a little bit of support, which sometimes I do one side and then the other. You can feel a lot of things moving there. And we can do to both sides. Okay, by this time, your feet are hopefully feeling it. Just shake at your wrists a little bit here. And we can come forward, and we're still on our toes. And I just want to do a sort of little, we're going to tabletop. We're still on our toes. And I just want to do some lifts out of cat. So we're going to do cow, which is drop our belly as much as we can, our butt in the air, our head in the air on an inhale. And then cat, we'll go into full cat. And when we get to the top, just going to lift off your knees just a little bit. Push away, and holding it. Nice and even breathing. And then inhale for a cow. Exhale to cat. And then push away a little bit. Raise your knees up. Knees down. Inhale into cow. Push away into cat on the exhale. Tuck your tailbone and then lift your knees. Knees down. You can untuck your toes finally. That feels good. And let's just do an uneven table. So our left arm forward and nice and straight. Once you're stable there, maybe that's enough. Otherwise, put your right foot all the way back and straighten your leg and hold that. And really try to lift your heel up and lift your wrist up and just hold. And then if that's enough, let's just move our elbow to the side and our knee to the side and straighten up. And back down to tabletop. All right, other side now. If you're feeling this, don't forget to keep on breathing slowly in and out of your mouth, out of your nose, beg your pardon. This time your right arm forward, your left leg back. Get yourself nice and balanced here. And then elbow to the side, knee to the side. And back down to tabletop. So hopefully that's engaging everything. While we're here, our big toes close together, our knees wide apart, hips back onto our heels. And we'll take 2 seconds to just sort of relax into child's pose here. Getting a nice straight line from our wrists to our shoulders, to our hips, and maybe your head drops into the ground. And the next inhale, drag your nose along the ground with your butt in the air and end up in that Sphinx pose. Keep your butt flexed. That allows you to have some room. Make sure everything is sorted. And then you want to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And everything's still relaxed. I move my head a little bit just to check in that it is. And then because I've been doing this yoga every single day now, I'm going to go back to the seal version of this. And the key here is really get your butt flexed. Don't let your elbows, your shoulders go up to your ears. And just relax here if you'd like. Keep your butt flexed. And one more big inhale in. And slowly drop yourself down. Put your forehead on your hands for a second. Just rock back and forth with your hips. Make sure nothing's locked up. Now we'll do that half frog. So your left arm on a 45-degree angle. Your right hand reaches back to your right foot. And you pull your heel back towards your butt. And at the same time, push out of your left shoulder. And just hold this and relax. And keep pushing up out of your left shoulder. And one more big breath in. Slowly come back down to the ground. Your left arm goes straight out beside you. Your right leg bends again, and you're going to put your foot flat and roll over onto the ground. Oof. And then as important as always, you don't want to resist. So if you feel your muscles holding and you're just forcing against them, that's not necessarily the thing. You want to relax into those. Again, think about your body creating space, breathing in, And then maybe that space is somewhere you can relax into. But better that you don't push, you're not fighting yourself. One more big inhale in. And roll back onto your front. Again, maybe just rock your hips back and forth, making sure nothing's locked up. Half frog on this side, right arm on a 45-degree angle, and now your left arm reaches back and grabs onto your heel, your foot. And then you're pulling your heel towards your butt and pushing up out of your right shoulder. If you wanted to, you could have a little a belt or a strap. If you want to grab onto that, just you don't have too much leverage. Keep on breathing into this. And one more big breath in. And release everything down. Now your right arm is out. Your left leg bends. And your foot goes flat on your left foot goes flat against the floor. I'm getting a shoulder stretch, an upper back twist a little bit, and opening my hips. One more big breath in, then roll back onto your stomach. Again, take 2 seconds, just rock out your hips, make sure nothing is frozen up. Yes, I could fall asleep right here. But what I'm going to do is put my hands beside my ribs, my elbows tucked in beside my ribs, up on my toes, lift my knees up, my quads up, and I'm going to nice and slowly push up to a plank. I'll keep my hips about the same height as my shoulder. I'm going to separate my shoulder blades and just keep pushing the ground away. If you tuck your hips a bit, you engage the front of your body. And on your next inhale in, push back into a downward dog. And keep your knees bent. You can just walk the dog out a little bit. Get everything in line. Once you've got that movement out, you can make a straight line between your wrists and your shoulders and your hips. Once you're stable, go up on your toes and send your heels down to the ground. I may never get there, and that's all right. Then put your right leg to the sky nice and high. Bend your leg up on your right toes. Keep your knee to your chest. Push the ground away and step your foot outside for a lizard lunge. On this side, keep your back nice and straight. You can go down onto your forearms if you'd like. You can open up your knee if you'd like. Just do it nice and slow. Inhale, bring your left leg forward behind your right heel. We'll just do that seated twist. Your right arm goes behind. Your left arm goes to the sky. Inhale to get some length, and exhale, get that little twist going on. You can hook your elbow or your forearm or your tricep onto your knee, and keep thinking about expanding your spine every time you breathe in. And then exhale, maybe you can twist a little more, but not forcing, just listening to your body, saying what it can do. One more inhale in. Come out of that twist. Put your hands once again inside your foot. You're back into that lizard lunge. And we'll just do one little twist here where your right arm goes to the sky. Back down to lizard lunge. Back up to three-legged dog. And back up to downward dog. And let's find your downward dog again. Nice and stable on your toes. Heels go towards the mat. Now your left leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Bend your left leg open. Up on your right toes. Left leg to your chest. Really push the ground away. And I'm working on that. Now we're back to lizard lunge on this side. You can let your knee fall open. Nice straight back. Inhale, your right leg comes up behind your left foot. Left arm behind you. Right arm to the sky. And exhale, hooking for that twist there. Inhale, your spine gets longer. Exhale, maybe you twist a little more. And one more inhale in. Exhale, back to facing front. Your left leg goes down. Your right goes back. We're into that lizard lunge again. And put your left arm to the sky. And inhale, back down to lizard lunge. Exhale, three-legged dog. And then back to downward dog. Let's find that again. That inhale, you can float, handstand, walk your way to the top of the mat. End up in a forward fold. Maybe you notice a difference here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Drop down to the squat again. Does that feel different? Lean a little bit forward, hands in front, your butt to the air. Let's slowly roll up. And then back into that prayer position, nice and balanced. Hands to the sky, and then sink back down to a squat. And then back onto your butt. We'll just do a reverse tabletop. So your fingers and toes facing the front of the mat. Push up out of your heels. Push up out of your shoulders. Keep everything engaged. Don't lock up your head. You can hit your head back or up. I like it up. And one more inhale in, and then set your butt down by your heels, and let yourself sink down. And then inhale, push your arms straight. Exhale, sink as much as you can. Straight, sink. Straight, sink, then reach all the way forward. And as you come back, grab onto your feet and slowly roll back into happy baby. You can roll side to side if you want to massage your back a bit. And put your right leg over your left knee. Reach through that spot. Lean to the left a little tiny bit, and then pull your knee to your chest. And then inhale, take your hands away, cross your legs even more. And do that twisted root. And knees to your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Left leg over right. Reach through, grab your shin if you can, and just lean to the right a little bit and pull your heel to your chest. Keep your legs crossed over even more for twisted root on this side. And inhale, your knees back to your chest. Nice squeeze. Your feet down. Your hands by your heels. And push up to bridge pose. Engage your butt. Engage your heels. Engage everything, but not your neck. Push up maybe a little bit more, but not so it hurts. Then inhale up on your toes, hands above your head, and see how slowly you can drop your spine onto the ground. Knees through your chest, and then out to the four corners of your space. The opposite of Tadasana, which is that mountain pose. Now we're in corpse's pose, lying on the ground. Your breathing can go to however it wants to be. Your hands facing the sky. Your feet have fallen open. You've just tucked your shoulder blades underneath your back. And take just a few minutes here, or else get up and maybe do a little meditation or a little bit more breath work. But this is a great little spot that you can stay here. Thanks for joining me here. It's worth it. Hope you feel better. Standing.